Hi, everybody. Today I have on my United Lutheran Seminary t-shirt. It has campuses at Gettysburg and Philadelphia. When I attended seminary, it was at Gettysburg Seminary. They weren't united at that time. And it was from 1986 till I graduated in 1988. Had a great time in seminary, made a lot of good friends. And one day I hope to be able to take you over to the seminary for a tour of the campus. You'll be able to see a cannonball from the Civil War in one of the buildings. And I also have a little trivia story about the movie Gettysburg. Maybe you've seen it on TV or maybe even in history class. The producers of the film called the seminary to find out what the seminarians would have been wearing at that time. And the folks they talked to at Gettysburg said, well, one, they would have been wearing the same clothes as everybody else did at the time. And second, there really were no seminarians here during the part of the war at Gettysburg, because with the war going on, they had all fled like many of the townspeople. If you watch the movie, you'll see a scene with General Buford sitting on the front lawn of the seminary. He's in that what's now the museum building, has a cupola on top. He's sitting down there writing a letter. And in the background, you'll see a couple of men walking up by the building. And they have on long black robes. So much for Hollywood getting the historical truth about what was really going on at the seminary at that time. Well, something else about my shirt is that there's a lot of stuff written on the back. So I'm going to read some of these for you. The first one says, Martin Luther posts the 95 Theses. Of course, he did that at Castle Church in Wittenberg in 1517. Then in 1742, Henry Melchior Muhlenberg comes to Philadelphia. In our history window in our sanctuary, you will be able to see a picture of Henry Melchior Muhlenberg because he was here at St. Matthew Lutheran Church right here in Hanover. And that was 1742. And then in 1826 is when the Gettysburg Seminary was founded. That was very important to have a Lutheran seminary in the United States. Until then, if you wanted to be a Lutheran pastor, one, you were probably German. Two, you had to go to Germany to go to a seminary. So you'd have to take a long boat trip, then get to a seminary in Germany, finish your studies, and then come back to the United States and be able to serve as a pastor. It was quite a long process to be able to be a pastor then. But in 1836 was also an important date. That's when Daniel Alexander Payne became the first African American to study at the seminary in Gettysburg. This was really important because think what was going on then. Slavery was going on. So for a black man to be able to come and study at a seminary was a really big event. Then in 1864, that's when the campus at Philadelphia was founded. And then in 2017, it became the United Lutheran Seminary with campuses at Gettysburg and Philadelphia. So they united to form kind of one seminary on two different campuses. Now, I was raised a Lutheran. I've always been a Lutheran, was baptized in a Lutheran church in Shippensburg, and really, I don't know anything any different. So some people have asked me, did I ever think about being something besides Lutheran? Well, the church made the decision to allow people to serve other denominations if they want to. For me, I think I'm always going to be a Lutheran. But I did have the opportunity to maybe get a call in a Methodist church, and I also had one in an Episcopal church. But with those, I decided, you know what? I'm such a Lutheran. I think I'm going to stay with Lutheran congregations. I would be able to because of something called full communion partners. That means that we're able to go to those other churches and be able to take communion there. And our clergy, our rostered people, deacons like me, pastors like Pastor David and Pastor Kathy, would be able to serve at some other denominations, but for now we're here with the Lutheran Church. So I'd like to know what makes you want to be a Lutheran today. Some of you still have to get your faith story in, so maybe you could put that in there. If you've already written and given your faith story to me, think about that and maybe send me an email about why you want to be a Lutheran. Thanks for listening today, and I hope to hear from you soon.